So they come off that ball screen. They don't blitz it. It's just like two guys kind of play one for a second. That allows, if Shulga makes the right decisions, for them to play an advantage situation. He did there. He skipped it over to Bamasil. They get a drive. They get a drop off. Still has a 46-inch vertical. That is truly remarkable. Nothing changed. Good skip by Clark.
In the corner for three, it's Philip Russell.
They can't turn it over. They've done that once already. And then you have a situation where if they take a bad shot or if there's a block like that, they're going the other way. You've got to convert back and defend.
Shulga got it in there to Jack Clark. 25th consecutive winning season for this VCU Rams team, and they are not slowing up. Bamboye again inside. It's 9-0 minutes into this first half. Bailey finally gets.
See zero in red checked in. Manny Joseph's the freshman. Oh, great UCLA cut there.
Clark from Shulga. Davidson is 0 for 5 from the field. VCU, on the other hand, is 6 for 7 as Bamasil takes it in.
And I hope that remains the case because this team has continued to improve throughout the year and it's truly really good.
I agree. There's a block inside. Bamasil's got it. Nice job that time as Philip Russell runs the floor. Now Bamasil and Bamboye with their combination of blocks over the season. It's unbelievable. And now
they're making 10 threes a game, 36% clip, second in the conference in league play. And they've just been so hard to break down. But actually got a little one. He almost gave it away. Our conferences have to give you the chance to play them. And they either buy you out or they pay you money to come play you, which that means they assume they're going to win. They don't do that with VCU. Nice cut by the foot. Good find by Bailey.
Davidson hands off Durkin. Nice feed to Kochera. Count the basket and the foul.
To acclimate himself, he's done that now. He's 17 minutes a game in league play, and he's been really good and gives them some athleticism, some versatility, and offensively, good ball mover, understands how to play, and lean back. That goes right over the front rim and is in.
It's not really his game, though. He's now 2 of 27 from three-point range on the season. And speaking of threes, putting it up and in is Zach LaPud.
A couple really good possessions on both sides of the ball. Here's another cut off the top. Shulga gets it to go, but you can't have that. Like that's the again, lead offensive rebounding team, top 20 in the nation in offensive rebounding percentage. And they just, here we go. They got their third one already.
It was tap back out that time by Christian Furman. Jackson on the drive, yes.
And then we had to watch a few more, but then Matt McKillop shut it down and said that was kind of embarrassing. But he was money and nobody was surprised.
He was an incredible shooter.
Oh, man.
You saw it there as Furman. Excellent point. 16-6. Points in the paint in favor of VCU so far here in the first half. So Durkin works on Clark. Double team comes down by Furman. Shovels it inside for LaPut. Davidson's a team that's been in some close games this year. They have 6 losses by 6 or less. And remember, they're also dealing with the injury to Sean Logan, who they lost after 11 games this year. He's cut their depth down a little bit. Nice little tip, and it doesn't go, but another try out by LaPut, who is battling.
Well done by LaPut. Manufacturing offense. It's not a team that offensive rebounds very much. Not a team that gets the free throw line very much. You have to manufacture offense when you can. Now miss 2 free throws in this half.
Hey, ton of credit, though, here for Davidson to try to fight their way back in this. And Bamasil, though, goes right to the hole. Back to Kochera. Bang his way in against Shulga. Russell comes down and gets called for the foul. And, you know, it's an aggressive team.
You surrender another chance. It could be 4 points. I mean, that is a big difference in this game right now.
High pass collected, though, by Clark, who drains a 3. So what's that?
About 10 of 51 from 3. This is a guy at Clemson, Elite 8 team last year, was a starter, made big shots. As Durkin can't get that one to go. 10 of 51. He now is shooting 43% from 3 in league play. And here we go again. Imbues guys with confidence and says, hey, you're going to make them. We've seen you make them out your career. Keep shooting them. Keep shooting them. Don't think about it. If you make them in practice and you work, you can keep doing it. That's what he's doing now.
Ball the other way for Davidson.
Without losing all momentum.
Jackson lost space, missed the turnaround. Offensive rebound. Clark bounces it inside, and the hook is good.
He was not assessed and identified this 1-3-1 and attacked it very well in his possession.
Shulga to Bell, going baseline, gets shut off. Back to Shulga, who puts up the 3. It's no good. Rebound, Bamboye, another offensive goal. That's out.
I don't know. He's got a couple interns here that are working with him and learning from you. It's like Darren from the Seinfeld episode. I'm not sure what they do, but they were filming you multiple times to make sure you could make the shot.
Fun time here today. Here's a relocation three for Cork, and he hits it. And this Sunday, starting with game day, you're off.
Well, UConn's 5 in the nation, so it's like you didn't get beat by some bums. Like these are really good teams, and South Carolina didn't play well against a really good team. That's what happens. But I think we also seen that in years past that would never have happened. But that shows some parity.
Clark again. He's got 14, and he's a perfect 4 for 4. By Seth Jackson. Now they've got a chance for the final shot of the half. Jackson goes and goes. Wow. The A10, 12, 16, 14, 41, 30, 29, and then they beat George Mason by 16 points a couple of games ago. And 16 points in any half this year.
It's a credit to what VCU does to defend, and then on top of that, the speed at which they're making.
They're outscoring Davidson by themselves. I mean, Clark and Bamboye with 20 points. Obviously, Davidson only has 19. Against the pressure, it's not been the case.
They are top 20 in the nation in offensive turnover rate. They don't turn it over that much. It's 14% of their possessions, and that was a key in this game to not turn it over. Well, they haven't, but your shot quality has been remarkably lower and much worse than their opponent.
Durkin on the drive.
Fakes, playing off 2 in the paint.
Another one for Bamboye from Davidson.
And there's a simple like down screen, pin down screen. They didn't see him.
Cochera, double team coming down. Furman really covers back to his man. Now driving here. Up and under. Counted for Lockney.
That was exactly what they practiced. Great job. Won 9 of 11. They've won 5 straight, including wins over Kansas and Arizona. Edgar Denman is an absolute stud with the ball in his hands. They can shoot it. Coach Young, Kevin Young, doing a great job in his first year. BYU's got something special, as does VCU.
LaPut.
Good recovery by Russell.
Look at Russell.
Nice extra pivot, though, by LaPut. Well done. The under the radar game. I think it's compelling for both teams, especially if Red Raiders are healthy. Hit when he got into a shooting motion, he could get to the line.
A little different these days, obviously, with the transfer portal and all you.
Some of the experience he brings. I mean, he played in an Elite 8 team last year at Clemson. Started, made plays in big games.
But it's Bailey, corner, Cochera, 3, yes.
Good kick out, good extra pass. That is really bad transition defense, but Shula couldn't make it.
Jump ball stays at VCU. Yeah, it's just trash talking there for Jackson getting called for the tee. And Durkin's going to go to the line.
And Roger Ayers just came over to
here. They're 14-0. They're playing at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C.
We saw Dayton. Now you got to go back to November, but they had Iowa State down double digits, who I think is Final Four team. They had North Carolina down. That is for sure. And we'll get to see them here next week against VCU. But yes, in a neutral. And to go back to the scheduling, again, teams don't want to play these guys. It was a famous Frederick Douglass quote, to play you, to beat you, to improve their record. That's why they're in a tough spot.
Minardi's got them as an 11 seed. Kind of team name like you're used to, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that, but you cover the game. I think
struggle overall. Here's Bailey, who has not been able to perform the way he's wanted to. He's got 6 points. He's now 1 for 12 from the field, and that has hurt Davidson's chances for sure. And this guy, a potential player of the year candidate, Max Scholga.
So they did not. They knew the numbers. They played right through it. They get a bucket. Oh boy, turnover. That's good upside by Durkin.
You're not hoping it hurts your offense, your defensive team, right? Like your team by counting out fake numbers. Here's a 3.
What he did in that tournament shows you its impact on our country and how much we love the Cinderella. Now, he has now become one of the greatest shooter in the history of the game, and a guy that revolutionized basketball as it's played in our country. That we didn't see from 2008. But
I mean, he was an incredible player coming out, but the way he has improved his game and cemented himself, like you said, in history as really, I agree with you, the greatest lead and 1 point for VCU.
Davidson's run better offense, have gotten better looks, but VCU is definitely taking their foot off the gas in terms of even that. Like Michael Bell, VCU is not guarding with the same intensity or urgency they did the first 20 minutes of this game.
Shulga works his way in. Tough little fadeaway. Offensive rebound. The basket and a foul.
Pedigree. Trade Cylinder family. And again, when you're in rotation, which they put teams in a lot, that helps your offensive rebounding advantage, which they exploit.
Top 10 in the nation in scoring margin. Almost 16 points a game on average is Clark. Durkin to the corner. LaPut for three. It's good.
How they've played here at moments in the second half won't look great on film.
To Washington, D.C. for the A-10 tournament. And that mindset, things are going to change a little bit there.
Mental mistakes. There have been some lackadaisical plays with the ball and a lot on defense in the second half. And again, we saw them at their best already today, and they've downshifted. That's one of the things he says, guys, we can't play that. We don't want to do that. That's important to do in college basketball.
Yeah, George Mason was the only other team that beat one of those top four, and that was at Dayton along with VCU. So it's been certainly very, very tough.
Up and boy, the crowd's loving it.
What do we miss? Like a free check-in or something like that going on here?
Somebody got some. But I know Coach Treen, he wants the film. He likes to educate the fans. I'm lazy. I want to just sit there in between games. It's difference. That's why he's won Big Ten and conference championships. I have not been close. Defensive capabilities. Overall, this team is still trending in the right direction. They're going 16-12 coming into the game. The schools will be paying the players directly, most likely if the settlement goes through, in terms of a revenue sharing thing to compensate these athletes. VCU has to work for Davidson, but the funds that some of these schools have access to are different based on the size of your institution and how much you're willing to give, able to give. But for Power 4 teams, you got to give $20 million. We know that. So that's a pretty hefty price. You got to divvy up between these athletes, which, you know, given how much they generate, I'm not knocking that at all.
Didn't quite need him putting up 15, 20, but the reigning player of the week has certainly been outstanding and on his way to another All-A-10 first-team selection and possibly the player of the year. Jim Porter along with Brian McIntyre and Stephen Barry. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah, we'll see Connor in his Liverpool hat. He'll be here.
That's right. You guys with the soccer.
Arsenal's capitulation this year has been hard to watch, but he literally will text me, I'd say, like every month just to let me know how it's going. It's not going well.
Oh, here's Hill for three. It's Terrence Hill Jr. here today. Mason by 16, Richmond by 18, and now they're up 27. Three ball. Looking good. It's a tough team, everyone. Keep an eye out for the Rams. 80-56. They got 24 wins on the season. It's matched last year's total already. 24-5. They win at 80-56 tonight.
To quote Dennis Green,